Okay, folks, we'll call the regular meeting of the Park Board to order at 6 o'clock p.m. on Monday, October 21st, 2024. At this time, Dave Clark's not with us this evening. He had a prior engagement, so I'll lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I assume everyone had a chance to look at the minutes from September 16th, 2024. I make a motion to approve the minutes as written and entertain a second. Mary seconds. Any discussion? Changes that need to be made? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Pardon?
I abstained. I wasn't here.
Oh, Dave abstained because he was absent. Motion carries. Present communications, I received an email and actually a phone call from a citizen, Danelle Orender, and she had nothing but high praise for Brian and our staff. She unfortunately had a family member pass away, and they had a memorial tree at Cimarron Trail that wasn't doing very well, and she was concerned about it, and she just expressed, I think she sent an email on Sunday, and 3 hours later she had an email back, and then some phone conversations as well. I know that Nick went out and looked at the tree also to see what can be done, but it was good to hear all the kudos for our staff, and just another great example of what you guys do for our citizens, so thank you. Personal appearances, we have none this evening. So we'll move on to City Councilman Liaison Report. Alex?
Everybody, I do have something park related tonight to share with you. The City Council officially approved through our Arts Board a mural underneath for the walking trail that goes underneath the 7149 there, right next to Wallace Park, going over towards by Menards. Just wanted to share that. I would also like to point out that open enrollment for our healthcare starts on Wednesday, and it's up for approximately 3 weeks, so just for all the employees to be aware of. And then if you haven't figured out, we've got a lot of road construction going on. I would suggest for the moment being to try to avoid 58 and use alternative routes, specifically near 51 or near 71. That's everything I got as a liaison, unless you all have questions for me.
Any questions for Alex?
I have a question on how the artist was chosen for the mural.
I don't have the specific details in front of me, and I don't know if Joe can speak to that, but I know that the Arts Board went through, they took applications, they put out a call for artists, took applications, and then it's somehow through their board they made a selection, but I don't know the details more than that.
Any other questions for Alex? Thank you, Alex. Move on to City Manager Report. Joe?
Yeah, I don't have much of a report other than to say we are in budget season now, and we're going to start seeing some communication regarding that. This year, it looks like we're going to, instead of doing 4 ward meetings, we're going to do 2 town hall virtual meetings. We're having 2 of those in case one of the dates is inconvenient for folks, and so it's looking like those will be the first week of November when both of those will take place. We'll send out some communication as that gets finalized, but other than that, I'd be glad to answer any questions you guys might have about anything city related.
Any questions for Joe? Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. We'll move on to the Director's Report. And Brian?
It's that time of the year where we do our quarterly Rockstar Awards, and tonight we, for our part-time Rockstar Award, we have Kathy German. Kathy German has been with us for how many years? All of them. A long time. A long time. She does a lot for us in our fitness portion of our operations, and we really appreciate everything you do. I think you had 2 nominations, so congratulations. You get to keep this for about a day or 2, and then bring it back, and we'll put it up in the case at work. Yeah. No. So the Rockstar of the Quarter, we open it up to all employees to make nominations about some employee for what they do, the contributions they make to the department and to the city. And I don't remember who it was at this moment, but I know that you had 2 nominations. So that's coming from your peers. So that's a pretty big deal. So, you want to say anything?
I think I say plenty all the time. I just want to thank everybody. Yeah. I'll see you guys in class later. Thank you, Ron.
And our full-time award winner is Kaylee Baker. So Kaylee came on board with us in February, about 3 months from Carrie Nation, and she came on board and caught on quick and put on one heck of a show. And as we talked last month, she's adding about 8 new special events to our program and our curriculum, so we're super excited to have Kaylee. Congratulations.
Just a quick thank you. I know that I've told everybody, but I will definitely second what Terry and a citizen said. We have the best of the best team, and I love being a part of it. So thanks for having me.
Okay. High Blue continues to be a busy place. If you haven't been by, our large marquee sign is up, it's completed, and I believe that power should be hooked up the next day or so, and we should be up and running in the next few weeks. I know we're waiting on some training materials from the Impact Sign Group, and once we get that online training done, we'll have the sign up and running, and if you haven't seen it, it's pretty impressive. So it'll be a nice addition to our marketing program. Vanda and Dana and Nick just got back from Atlanta a few weeks ago. They may share a few testaments from their trip, but I know Vanda went to 2, maybe 3 classes on AI, which is becoming a big deal, and it's pretty interesting to see how we will be able to benefit from that new AI technology. And so I think they said if you're not aware of it, not using it, you're already behind the 8 ball. And so pretty exciting stuff. Next month, the representative from ETC Survey will be here. He could not make it tonight, but I did want him to come and present the findings of the survey on a much more extensive level than what I've got planned for tonight. So he will be here. I will be down in New Orleans with the rec staff, so I will be attending the meeting virtually. Pros Consulting, as part of our master plan process, will be here the 7th and 8th of November to do assessments on our maintenance, aquatics, fitness, and recreation components of our department. So other than that, any questions?
Hearing none. Thanks, Brian. In your packet, you'll see verbiage about what's going on with aquatics. Dana's not here. Do you have anything you want to add or emphasize on that, Kevin? No? Any questions about what is in the packet on aquatics? Okay, we'll move on to High Blue. 26 budget planning is underway, New Year challenge. That's in the packet as well. Annette, do you want to add anything to that or emphasize anything on that part? Any questions on the High Blue? Okay, moving on to marketing. Vanda, we talked about the High Blue sign, Memorial Station, special events. I know they had the event, senior prom mom, Pumpkin Palooza, busy time in marketing. Do you want to emphasize anything on that, Vanda?
Yeah, a couple of things. Pumpkin Palooza, I don't know if there's gonna be a couple of board members. We could use a little bit of help, on this Saturday between 6 and 8 out at Memorial Park. More traffic control than anything, but I know there's a couple of us that are gonna be out of town, so just reach out to me or Kaylee if you can help.
Which day?
It's the 26th, Saturday,
At what time?
6 to 8.
8, and we have a trunk, so I don't know if you wanna hand out candy, so we've got that already. And then the other thing, I think, Terry, in your packet, there is a resolution. We're submitting our application for the LWCF next month, but I believe it might fall right before the board meeting. Anyway, it's just a resolution backing, the board backing the project, and it would be for the new inclusive playground at Wallace.
I'll make a motion that we approve a resolution to apply for this LWC fund grant. Jennifer seconds. Any questions, discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Anything else, Vanda?
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments on marketing?
I have a question, and it mainly pertains to the fact that I'm old. So I don't really pay attention to social media a whole lot. And like, if you hadn't just told me, I wouldn't have known Pumpkin Palooza was this Saturday. So I guess I'm asking, is there more than just Facebook that we do with that? Is there signs that we put up? Because I thought we used to put signs like at front of the, what am I trying to say? In front of Wallace and things like that, or around town, and I'm just not seeing them. So just help me there a little bit.
So there, I know there's a banner. I'm not exactly sure where it's at. Kaylee might be able to address that.
It's not been hung yet.
It's not hung. But the billboard is up. We've sent out multiple emails, and we've sent it out on TikTok and Facebook.
And our new sign will have that on there if it was up and running at this
Yes.
point.
We don't do as much of the yard signs because they typically get stolen, and for Pumpkin Palooza, it normally draws several thousand kids out. So we don't put a lot of money in a program that doesn't bring us any revenue.
All right, thank you.
What is the Art After Dark?
It's a
What's
new
it, what's
event
the
that,
celebration center?
oh, that's the senior center.
Okay.
It's a new monthly series with different mediums, sorry.
Any other questions or comments on marketing? Thank you, Vanda. Move on to Parks and Facilities. Nick went to the NRPA. We have the Rose Garden update that's in there, sauna, landscape, and HPO training. Nick, do you want to add anything else to, or emphasize anything in that?
Yes, I did forget to put on that we have a stream cleanup November 2nd.
And that's going to be at Cleveland, isn't it?
Yes.
Anything else?
What time, Kevin? Do you know? 8:30 for registration.
Any update on the sauna?
We're still waiting to hear back. Go ahead. We're still waiting to hear back when it gets shipped out. The order's been placed, and they've had 3 to 5 business days. Wednesday will be 5 days.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments on Parks and Facilities? Recreation, Joaquin is not here. Is there anything, I know the fall sports tournaments and basketball registrations, is there anything that needs to be emphasized in that? Kevin, do you know?
He would probably want to emphasize the Junior Flight Fest disc golf tournament for young kids. I believe that's on Well, that's a good question. I will find out for you. 14?
I think 14 is the oldest.
Yeah, so 14 and under.
And when is that again?
November 2nd, same day as the stream cleanup. So,
Be busy out that way. Any other questions or comments on recreation?
I will say we did have a good turnout for the Chills and Chains, the Glow Disc Golf Tournament. We had a lot of good feedback on the park, so we've done some improvements this year, and that's kind of paid off for us. We've got many more planned for next year.
How many do you think were at that event?
76 were registered for that event. And that's just because we can only put 4 per hole, and we had 19 holes, so.
Full.
We plan on adding some more holes next year so we can get more people.
Very good. Any other questions or comments on recreation? Thanks for your input, Kevin. We'll move on to finance, standing committee reports, finance with Jennifer.
I just wanted to highlight that the September property tax has not been posted yet, so that's not appearing here, and we have had several of our projects sorry about that. Yes, the September property taxes have not been posted yet. Those should be coming through. We've have had some major project expenses kind of running through, so those are kind of normalizing. And that's kind of, other than that, kind of status quo there.
Any questions on finance? Comments? Thank you, Jennifer. Recreation, did you meet?
We did not meet.
Building and grounds? Personnel?
We did meet. We're starting in open session. We're starting to discuss upcoming COLA or merit increases and directions we want to go there. And then after that, we went into executive session, discuss some issues. So that was it.
Any questions or comments to Dave and personnel? Thanks, Dave. Any unfinished business? New business, master plan update. I assume that's you, Brian?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, Ryan Murray will be here next month to talk about the survey results as a whole, but I wanted to just pull out what I thought were highlights, and if you have not seen the survey results, I think you're missing out. You really should take the time. We should be, I know staff that have taken the time to look at it. We should feel really, really excited about the results. There's one thing that I didn't necessarily put on here that was very consistent. I know with the city's comprehensive plan is our folks want to see connectivity, and I know that that's going to be probably a combined effort over these next several years on trying to get everything that we've got connected. So I'll just go down through this document that I put together. So 81% of the respondents rated our facilities as excellent or good. I think that's a good number. We should all feel very, very good about. 87% of the respondents rated our recreation programs and special events as excellent or good. Aquatics, 76% of outdoor users claimed our aquatic services completely met their needs or mostly met their needs. It's a pretty good number. 81% of the respondents have used our parks. The benefits of our parks here in Belton, 77% felt welcome. not only in our parks, but our programs and our facilities. 69% felt safe. And one of the largest numbers of things that they felt like we should focus on is surveillance and security in our parks. And so that's how all that kind of comes together. They feel safe, but they want us to continue investing in the infrastructure to make them feel safe. So 68% felt our parks are well maintained. So Nick, I think that's a good gesture for you and your staff. Under support for the parks, 87% support improving parks, 83% support improving our trail system, increasing our connectivity again, 81% support improving and adding restroom facilities. There it is again, residents want trails and connectivity between the parks. So that was a huge response piece that was very obvious, and you will see that once you look at the results. You'll see that trails and connectivity, and that's very common across any city. Trails are a big thing. When you look at our parks right now, there's a lot of people out using our trails, and so trails are important. The residents rated our maintenance in parks excellent and ranked our maintenance of parks as the #1 priority. And so they value our parks, and so therefore they expect us to take care of them. This next, let me go back here. This next portion was something that I thought was really, really exciting regarding the support for action items, what they would like to see us continue doing. Improving our existing parks infrastructure. And when I think about that, I wrote some notes here that last year we improved our Memorial Park playground infrastructure. We replaced a playground this year over at West Belton Country View Park. All of our disc golf renovations in our new course, all the HVAC units that we have replaced in the last 5 years, and then just recently we redid the slide tower and the slides at High Blue. All of those are in line with what they, what they're like, what they want to see us doing, we are already doing. So I felt really, really good about that. I feel like somehow there's a connection between what our people want and what we're doing internally. They want to see us improving our trail systems, 59%. And what have we been doing the last 3 to 5 years? We've seal coat and Crackfield, Somerset, and Markey Park. We plan on doing Wallace Park in 2025. The overlay work that was done in Cleveland Lake. Again, these are things that we're already doing, improving and adding restroom facilities. As you know, the design work is being done right now to add a brand new set of restrooms out at Cleveland Lake. 50% want to see us improve our playgrounds. Again, last year we renovated one. This year we put a new one in at West Belton. And we just passed a resolution tonight to move forward on a grant to do a large all-inclusive playground. That will be a destination playground for Belton. Pretty excited to see that one happen. And then 36%, I believe it was the 6th, not the top 5, but it was 6th, about renovating and expanding our community center. And we all know we need more space. Our plans, hopefully, will to build a new field house out at Wallace Park. And again, I fit all the HVA replacement under renovation when it comes to the community center. Kevin and I were talking today. We believe we have all the originals except maybe one replaced, and then we've got the 2 big ones, which are the 2 really, really big ones on top of each of the pools. And so what was exciting about this, all of these things, is these are the things that our folks want to see us do, and these are things that we're already doing. And so I think we should be excited about that. The benchmarking segment, that's how we rank nationally. 84% of our respondents have used our park in the past year. 81% is the average, so we're above average on that. 30% of our respondents ranked our parks as excellent. Little behind the national average at 35% on that. Still have work to do. 51% of our respondents ranked our park as good. That's 4 percentage points above the national average. And so this right here, the top 3 reasons that prevent survey respondents from visiting our parks. The first one, that our fees are too high. And I think that this is going to be a huge challenge for us. Because if you don't know it, in 2 weeks, there's actually, I think it's next Tuesday we vote, right? There is a minimum wage increase measure on the ballot. And so that will increase the minimum wage if it passes up to $15. And so the feedback is that our fees are a little too high now, and minimum wage is going to go up. And so we'll have to take a look at that if that happens. This competition piece, I think, is interesting, and I think it's good for us. 21% of our people are using other city, state, or private facilities. The national average is 25%. So what that tells me is based on the national average, our folks are staying here rather than going outside of our community. And then in the next one, 46% of our respondents have participated in our rec program, excuse me. The national average is 36%. So those 2 things right there, I think, are important for our rec staff to see, because I think that tells us that our people they're using our programs and they're staying here. They're staying here to do it. And so, and then lack of features, I mean, that's a to-do for us. I mean, we still have some work to do. We got to add features and amenities into our parks. And so that's just a screenshot. I hope you guys, if you haven't taken the time, I would encourage you all to take the time before next month's meeting and bring your questions for Ryan, or you could send them, you could send them to me as well. I can try and answer them for you, and if I don't have the answer, Ryan's been very quick to respond, and he's full of information, so.
I have a question for you, Brian, on the lack of features. Did the survey, because I just don't remember, did it drop down to state what type of?
It didn't give us any specifics.
Okay, thanks.
I have a question on the fees too high. Do we do benchmarking? Because I think we're competitive with the area.
Yeah, I think we're very, very competitive as far as our membership fees.
Yeah.
Our rec programs, I know Joaquin and Jared are very, very aware of what everybody's doing around us. The South Metro cities, the five, we try our best to stay literally, if not the same, within a very, within a few dollars of our program fees, because we don't necessarily want to get into a competition battle with our neighbor Raymore. We don't want our people saving $5 going over there and vice versa. We don't want their people coming over here to save $5. And so we try to keep our fees pretty close, if not exactly the same.
Yeah, and the other comment I wanted to just make, that because we have that 10% higher participation with participating in our programs and activities, and I did want to just further say I do believe that's a testament to the work that's done by our staff, the work that's done by Annette and all of our instructors, and the quality of the programs that are put on, because as a comparison, when you can go to other facilities that don't have those, and Dana with the pool and all of the swim classes and those types of things, it is a huge differentiator for us.
I would agree with you 100%. I think these results are, I don't know what the statistic is, but they're very, very much driven by our staff. Because if you don't do a good job, we would see it.
Yeah.
I'm
So
kind of surprised.
kudos to all the staff.
I'm kind of surprised the renovate and expand community center is not a higher percentage. That kind of surprised me a little bit, because I think everyone that uses it feels that we need to grow there. But I'm just surprised it's not any higher than that.
I don't disagree with you, because I think one of the things that we picked up on is, I think there wasn't a question, are you a High Blue member? But based upon the information that we got, we feel strongly that a lot of their respondents were High Blue members.
I wondered too, when it talked about our aquatic if that wasn't split out between indoor and outdoor, and I think that would have been, those percents would have been so far different if they had been separated.
That's a good point, Mary. Annette, you have something?
I was just gonna say, I think our members really want to see it grow, but they also know with that comes the
Cost.
price is going up.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you hear that all the time, how they want to see it grow, they want bigger, they want more programs, they want more classes, but they also know that means a price increase. So that's where we're at.
Would you make the assumption, Brian or Ned or anybody, that a lot of the respondents might have been, and I'm included in that, the elderly, older folks that are on the Blue Cross Blue Shield, whatever it is, those folks, but I guess they're free anyway, right?
Right, they are free.
So,
Yeah, and if you look at the demographic sheet, which I don't have anything on there, it's very well spread out, which was the idea behind the ETC surveys. No one age group demographic was stronger than another. It was all very, very even.
Terry, if you wouldn't, if you're okay with me jumping in on a
Yes,
turn real quick.
absolutely. Go ahead, Alex.
So, Dave, just to make you feel a little better about the lack of features, I remember that the comprehensive plan received, the survey we got for the city for that, asked us to put in a marina. And as you can see, we were kind of landlocked. So I think some of the features might be, you know, sometimes it's things of want, even if we don't have the ability. So not necessarily, you know, one-for-one correlation, if you will.
yeah, I think my question was like, we offer so many different things right now. It's like, what are people looking for in a marina? I mean, come on.
That was legitimately one of the things that was rated in the survey. So exactly, like, you know, we can't, some things are just not possible. Right?
Yeah, I assume pickleball, you know, people want more pickleball and things like that, so.
Sorry. Oh, okay. Any other questions or comments on this? Thanks for bringing that forward, Brian, appreciate that. Announcements, I will be out of town on vacation next month, so I will not be here. I will, depending on what my internet looks like, I will try to log in from there, but Dave Daniels will run the meeting in my absence. You will be here, right? Yep. Okay. Any other announcements? Hearing none, I make a motion to adjourn at 6:32.
Second.
If seconds, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you all.